More updates on the deadly coronavirus. Good evening. This is CTV News for March 6th. I'm Gina Barty.
And I'm Byron Scott. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Governor Hogan declares a state emergency as Maryland confirms its first cases of coronavirus. The three patients are a couple in their 70s and a woman in her 50s, all from Montgomery County. Officials say they were on a cruise overseas and returned to Maryland on February 20th. They started to experience flu-like symptoms shortly after arriving home and sought medical treatment. For nearly 2 weeks, they weren't tested for the virus because at the time, the CDC was only testing people who had been to China.
While this news is serious, I want to again remind everyone that this is exactly what our state has been actively and aggressively been preparing for many weeks now in order to further mobilize all state resources in response to this threat to public health.
I want to emphasize, as the governor did, that there is no reason to panic, and life as you know it should continue pretty much as it was before this became news, with the caveats of what we're saying about precautions to take, and that's the important thing. We have to be extra careful about what we do in the course of things to make sure that the spread of this virus is contained.
Officials say that the three patients are quarantined in their homes and are in good condition. The number of people infected with coronavirus worldwide has now surpassed 100,000.
Meantime, U.S. Senator Ben Cardin addressing the Prince George's delegation in Annapolis about the coronavirus. Cardin met with health officials in Baltimore today to talk about efforts being made to keep people safe. Cardin and fellow Senator Chris Van Hollen also met with top officials at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda.
To first just let you know that we are all together on this coronavirus, working very closely with the local county officials, working with the governor. Yesterday we passed an emergency supplemental. We did that in 2 days. That's not normal for Congress to do something that quickly. We are united in doing everything we can to protect the public health of the people of this country.
Cardin says Medicare, Medicaid, and Blue Cross will cover the cost of the coronavirus testing.
And the University System of Maryland Board of Regents also addressed the coronavirus this morning. Chancellor Jay Perman gave suggestions on what universities should do to protect students from the disease.
Not canceling classes or shutting down offices. I'm simply directing campuses to verify that they can go to an electronic online environment quickly should the need arise.
Also during this morning's meeting, the committee voted on 3 new academic proposals.
April 1st is Census Day, and it's fast approaching. U.S. Senator Chris Van Hollen addressing lawmakers with the Prince George delegation about the importance of everyone filling out the form for the 2020 enumeration. Montgomery and Prince George's counties have diverse populations, and officials want to make sure everyone is counted.
Census Bureau has major presence in Prince George's County. We are encouraging and thank all of you who are working to make sure that we get a complete count in the state of Maryland. For every person who's not counted, Maryland will lose $18,000 over a 10-year period in terms of federal support for schools, roads, transit, and other federal formula funds.
The census can be filled out online, over the phone, or by mail.